Megan.
Hello,
So, and Sherry or Veronica, whoever's watching or
watching.
viewing this, we're having our little collaboration meeting here. And one problem that we would like to talk about today is finding a solution to prioritizing tasks.
Yeah, probably, especially when there's multiple people giving you tasks, I think.
Yes. So I can talk from my point of view how that problem started is having multiple PMs, or I mean, honestly, anyone who's been given the task to task me with items. Uh, it can be frustrating or just overall kind of difficult to know who's number one when they both are thinking that they have the highest priority. So,
Yeah, no, I
what
get
about
that a lot.
you?
As I say, I have my boss who's in the office, and then I have the superintendent who's also my boss, and then there's our general foreman who also gives me tasks, and so all of them are just they all have their important things, which I understand, and then it's prioritizing that gets to be a little difficult.
Yeah, I get that. Um,
He does sit right next to me. My general foreman just chimed in. He said he sits right next to me, so I
so make sure
guess I
not to
have to.
talk too
Yeah,
much,
you're like can't say too much negative about that.
right?
Next time. Um, no, but so some of the issues that I think come from that are it definitely wastes time because you have to switch from task to task. So it's not super productive, right? It's you're
Mm-mm.
you're not getting one thing done. You're kind of jumping around. And then I know that in a conversation earlier we were talking about it causing kind of like a hostile work environment, right?
Yeah, because you're sitting there and you have two project managers who are both telling you to get something done, and you have to now feel like you have to pick and choose because they're both saying it's number one priority. And let's say
Yeah.
you don't get one of them done, now the other one's pissed off, and then you tell them, well, my other project manager said that this was a number one priority. And I've heard the response of, I don't care about your other
Oh yeah,
project manager.
had
So
that before.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely it can create a hostile work environment when you got a lot of hot stuff going on with projects. Um,
Oh yeah. So I guess let's think of a solution.
right? Um,
See.
I'd say an easy one that I found that helped me out a little bit was having a little daily morning meeting with my project managers, just like 15 minutes, sometimes even 10. It honestly depends on the day, but just collaborating and having all of us work together as a team rather than me being that middleman messenger saying, so and so says their task is more important than yours, and all of that. And it allows two project managers to get together and guide me properly. That's
Yeah, I think like a formal meeting kind of like that. I know that I have we have talks in the morning, but it's never been anything super formal. So maybe even a like an email, just saying, hey, this is like my task list. Please let me know what you guys think. And then they can respond, CC all, reply all. And
yeah,
then
that's
we
for
can kind of all
sure.
agree on this is what we're gonna do today. This is the priorities for today. Then it doesn't take too much time, out of their day.
Of course, and I think that's actually something I don't know if they do it at your office, but my ops manager has kind of implemented us to do a task list. And sometimes it can be a little overwhelming because it's hard to document all the tasks you're working on throughout the day and put a
Hmm.
priority like number wise to them.
Oh yeah.
But it does help because it not only holds you accountable, but it holds your team accountable when you're sending it out. Because if they don't give you any corrections, for example, you send out an email and you're like, this is what I'm working on, and this is the order of what's most hot to least hot,
Hmm.
and they don't send you an email back saying, no, this is more hot, blah, blah, blah. Well, you're kind of holding them to what you sent, so they can't really hold it
Yeah.
against you at that point.
Yeah, I think that might be something that, I mean, it doesn't take that long to just write up an email real quick and say, hey, this is what I'm doing today. This is the order I'm doing it in. If you have an issue with it, let me know. We can discuss or something like that. I think that would be helpful because then it keeps everyone in the loop so they know what you're doing throughout the day. So your team's not just, oh, what is she doing over there? You can let everyone know kind of what you're doing.
That
Um,
improves communication there.
oh, yeah, for sure. I think it would
Yeah.
really be beneficial for that. Um,
Let's see.
yeah,
Uh,
more questions. Yeah.
Now, oh, well, I remember one of the things saying on the instructions, like some example questions we could ask each other is if are these solutions applicable to just us or the whole team? And I think we just explained that this would be a whole
Oh yeah.
team solution. If everyone's telling each other what their tasks are, we're leaving no room for confusion or error
Hmm.
in terms of what
Yeah.
tasks need to get done. Maybe someone has a lighter day and you have a lot of hot tasks and they can take some load off of you. I feel like it's definitely applicable to everyone, not just the individual
Oh
getting
yeah.
it.
I think that'd be super helpful. Um, let's see. And I think it would help for the other questions as it does it help everyone who encounters the same problem, and then how does it help? I think you just answered that. But um, I think anyone can even use it, even if you're not in the construction industry, just in general, you can
Hmm.
just having a list of tasks. I know I used to have a list of things that I wanted to get done by the end of the day, even though I didn't need to prioritize as much. It was a little bit less. Um,
Yeah, like a to-do list in a sense,
yeah, there's like a little to-do
Yeah,
list, but then you have it in order, so you know which order you're going to do it in.
of
I think
course.
that's
And I
super helpful.
mean, I don't think it's even more beneficial, I think, if we're bringing the company aspect into it,
Hmm.
because like you said earlier in our conversation, that not having a priority is kind of a time waster. You're you have all these problems that you're dealing with and you keep hopping from one, but you're never closing out one of them. You just keep moving on.
Yes, yes,
And
that's how I feel right now.
and that can be harmful for the company because you're not getting important tasks complete. And so by having a task list and collaborating with your teammates on it, I feel like it is actually beneficial to Berg and it boosts productivity levels. And that's kind of what we want, right? So
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm muting so that you're not hearing everyone yelling behind me.
no
Um,
worries.
okay, let's see. So some other questions they're asking is the now we're switching gears to the importance of collaboration. And I think it's good to just bounce ideas off of each other, and see what's positive. Like both of us kind of started with a different idea. We thought of a meeting, and now it sounds like we might not even need to go that extreme and just having like an email or just some sort of communication able to bounce ideas off of each other. And I think that's super helpful.
Yeah, and in general collaboration, like let's say you came up with an idea that was a great idea, and I'm just playing devil's advocate, and I'm coming up with all these little side off things that don't work or just nitpicking. What even though it's annoying, it can actually strengthen your original idea and make it more bulletproof. And so I think collaboration, whether you agree with the person you're collaborating or not, is actually really important because it just I've never I've never collaborated on something and it turned out worse than what I had
Oh yeah.
originally thought by myself.
Yeah,
So,
because even if you don't admit it, you have those ideas in the back of your head and say, oh, you know what? Maybe that is a little bit better. That might benefit
right.
me or benefit the situation. So
Or I didn't think about that.
yeah.
It's
Yeah, I didn't
yeah.
actually think about that one.
And
But yeah, I think what are benefits to them problem solving? I think we kind of just talked about that. I don't know if you have anything else you wanted to share.
let's see, what elements I'm just reading some of the questions off, just making
Yeah.
sure we're hitting everything. So effective collaboration, did you internalize utilize in this discussion? Why? I'd say in our discussion, just based off of that YouTube video we watched, I mean, a lot of it was funny while we were watching it, but you could really see that you would present something, I would listen to what you're saying, and I would add on to it. And then you would maybe find, for example, I mentioned a meeting first, and then you collaborated and were like, well, for time's sake, how about we make that an email? And then we start
Yeah.
talking about just a task list in general, just keeping that.
Mhm.
And so I don't know. I don't know how necessarily what elements, but we were definitely building off of each other's ideas and
Yeah.
narrowing
Oh yeah.
down.
Yeah, I think, and then we used our. I know divide and conquer means a little bit different in the video, but we kind of used our own experiences. So sorry, it's very loud in here. Um, sorry. I think that we. I'm gonna go step outside because it's just getting louder.
Okay, it's all right. No, but I get what you're saying.
Oh, but I think that we were able to take our experiences from different jobs and different projects and different positions and divide and conquer, and now we found a solution that works for us and works for everyone else in the same situation.
For sure. And like you said earlier, it's not just construction. It's all experiences have dealt
Mhm.
with this. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks for chatting with me today.
Yeah. Thanks for collaborating on this
Yeah.
collaboration project. Oh gosh. All right. Well,
Okay.
I
I'll
think
talk
that's
to you later
good.
then.
Yeah, talk
Yeah.
to you later.
Okay, bye.
Bye.